We are in Nashville, Tennessee. We're at the National Wild Turkey Federation's convention. We're here with the CEO of the NWTF, George Thornton. Mr. Thornton, it's very nice to meet you, sir.
Good, Cameron. It's a pleasure to have you here. We're always having open doors for the NRA.
We appreciate that, sir. So why is the wild turkey such a, I'm walking through the halls and I'm seeing the lines. What is it about the wild turkey that you care so much about it to be the CEO of this this organization? And the lines to get in are unbelievable. And you have 700 booths down there.
Yeah.
What is it about the wild turkey?
Well, there's several elements that are unique about it. First of all, it was almost extinct in the 1930s, and if we'd had an Endangered Species Act, it would have been listed as an endangered species. And we've worked very hard through our volunteers to bring it back from about 30,000 individuals to over 7 million now. Secondly, it is an indicator species for healthy upland forest. And if you see turkeys, then you know that quail, grouse, white-tailed deer, bunny rabbits have good habitat. So that's very important. It is also one of the most exciting game animals to hunt. They vocalize with 28 different sounds, and you have to master turkey language to hunt them, and it's extremely difficult.
You're not joking, because you have the turkey calling contest down there. As you walk through the convention floor with all the different turkey calls, what got you personally into it?
Well, what got me into it was the love of creating and maintaining habitat for wildlife. It wasn't necessarily the turkey. It was everything that the NWTF stood for in terms of habitat restoration and maintenance. The other thing that really appealed to me was an advocacy for hunters' rights and to protect our rights to hunt. And of course that ties in very closely with the NRA's Second Amendment position. And there aren't many groups that speak out for hunters' rights. So that really pulled at the things that I think are important. Hunting has been part of our country since the formation, and it's been part of mankind from the beginning of time. So we want that tradition, that heritage to be passed on. Hunting is a dying art in many ways. Less than 10% of Americans hunt. And I want to make sure that my grandchildren and their children understand how to hunt safely and ethically, and that is carried on for them to have the benefit of understanding how closely we should be tied to nature.
You talk about a dying art and fewer people are hunting, but you have programs like the Jake's programs and things like that. What do you do? What is the key to getting kids off the computer and just get them outside, first of all, and then just put a weapon in their hand to actually hunt turkeys?
There are 2 or 3 keys. If they don't come from a hunting, a rural, and agricultural family, it's very difficult for them to be exposed. So access to land is a big issue. So we put a lot of resource in creating access to both public and private lands. Secondly, it's knowledge. Anything that we don't understand, we tend to be afraid of. So we have educational programs for safety, ethical hunting. And then the third thing is over half the homes in America now are single-parent homes. And many of those are, probably the vast majority of them, it's a woman. And she may not have likely has not had an experience hunting. And so we have a Women in the Outdoors program in addition to our Jake's program. It's where women can come in a non-threatening environment. Generally the instructors are other women, and they're taught everything from orienteering to shooting, to turkey calling, to camp cooking, to feather art. So we're interested in giving people a total outdoor experience. And that really resonates and brings a lot of women to the program and to hunting. And if the mom is into it, right, the kids are going to be into it. But we try to give kids, we try to have some what we call stickiness to our programs. We want to have the kids out 3 or 4 times a year. So that's how you begin to break into the computer game syndrome.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Second Amendment for a second. You introduced Wayne LaPierre. He gave his response to the President Obama's State of the Union address here at your convention. Does the average hunter follow and care about the Second Amendment? Yeah, I know you personally, of course, but how active politically is your average hunter, and what do you recommend for a turkey hunter or any other hunter to make sure that they're protecting and following what's going on with the Second Amendment?
Let me try to give you some perspective to that. We have about 250,000 members, and from passionate hunters to infrequent hunters. But I'd say 80% of them, if not greater, are members of the NRA. So there's a tremendous passion to protect our constitutional rights, and particularly hunting. I mean, or particularly hunting, particularly the right to bear arms. After all, the Second Amendment was really put there to protect us from tyrannical governments and invasion. That resonates with people who love America, they love what they stand for, and we want to perpetuate that. And so when you start talking about Second Amendment rights, that is the air we breathe as hunters. And of course, without protection of Second Amendment rights, we lose one of our tools for hunting.
Last question. I see you have a shirt that has Oklahoma, and as I've walked around, I've seen pretty much every state already. I've only been here a little bit, and you've seen every state. How important is it for you to make sure that the message goes to all 50 states, goes as far and wide as possible, and how do you get the message out about the NWTF?
Well, it's absolutely essential that we get it out. We're in all 50 states and in 6 Canadian provinces. We do it several ways. We produce our own television shows, Get in the Game, NWTF 365, and Turkey Call. We also produce a magazine that goes out to about 250,000 people every 2 months, where we talk about our mission, all of our outreach opportunities, and the latest things going on in hunting and in conservation. So that goes to the membership. And then we partner with a lot of people. We partner with the United States Shooting Sports Association, USSA, for a program called Families of Field. They have introduced, in the last 3 years, 370,000 people to an outdoor experience, and part of that is shooting. So we partner with them and their JAKES program. We partner with Boy Scouts of America. We then partner locally with lots and lots of groups to get the word out.
That's great. Thanks for your time, George Thornton, CEO of the NWTF. Appreciate it.
Cameron, it's always a pleasure, and we wish you and the NRA the best of luck in your fight.